My name is Emily Traxler, if I have not met you yet, and I'm our VP of Customer Success. I'm here today to talk about campaign or our different types of triggers. So last week we talked about campaigns, which we went into how you might set up various automations for customers, and that's going to be, text, emails, stage changes, project movement, things like that. Now we're going to talk about the different ways that you actually trigger these automations. It's very important to understand so that we're not sending out automations to the wrong customers, and so that everything remains organized in your platform. So we have 3 types of triggers. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you all. So I have my projects board in my demo account shown here. And um, under or next to each project stage and the stages are going to be for this board. So I'm on my sales project board, and the stages I have here are new leads, appointment scheduled, creating quote sent, and so on. So when I'm talking about stages, I'm talking about each of these lanes here on this project board. So for my new leads, I have this green gear icon. I'm going to choose that and see my stage trigger. So again, there's 3 types of triggers. Stage triggers is one. And I have 2 different campaigns for this stage. I'm going to take a look and see what do I have set up here to share with the people who are in this stage. So if these conditions are true, all projects. So this means that this is going to all projects. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at what this campaign looks like. And there's 6 contacts in this campaign. I can see what messages. These are the things that we set up last time in detail. So I just want to show you, here's how we're looking at the how to trigger the various campaigns. Now, if I'm in the middle of setting up my ProLine account for the first time, I might be working on this, but I'm going to probably keep this off. So I have it not enabled right now. I'm probably going to keep it off, but I want to still list it on that stage as a trigger. And you can see there's 6 contacts in the campaign. It's not sending anything to them right now, but it is queuing up these contacts so that when I am ready to launch this, it will begin sending messages. That way, it's all set up before you actually hit play, right? I could also, at the top right here, just so that you know, I can completely pause the entire trigger if I would like to. If I do that, it's not going to queue up those contacts. I want it to queue up the contacts because I do want to send my trigger or trigger these campaigns to go out. So I don't want to disable this right now, but you can just disable the whole thing all the way through. The next campaign that I have on the new lead stage as a stage trigger is going to be my sales follow-up, roof repair follow-up. And I have a couple of different things. So if the location is Atlanta, the project is residential, I can have different types of triggers for my commercial projects. So maybe for my commercial projects, I actually want it to run a different type of campaign, or no campaign at all. Maybe for my commercial, I actually say, please do not follow up because that's a different type of sales cycle, right? So I have my residential projects that are retail and not insurance, with roof repair, and I can have any tags that I want to add in here. So these are just the tags on my account. You probably have created your own set of tags. And then I can say, don't stop this campaign, start this sales follow-up, roof repair follow-up campaign. So I'm triggering that whenever these conditions are met, please start this campaign called sales follow-up, roof repair follow-up. Whenever so my triggers for this first one is all projects. All projects are going to receive this speed to lead campaign. That's going to start for everyone. Basically, that one is set up on my account that anytime somebody comes through the website, they get a follow-up email and text immediately. So that would be all projects. And that makes sense for what I'm trying to do here on my demo account. But after we've made a phone call and I know that they might want roof repair, I don't want the roof repair follow-up going out unless they are in this box, this certain category of the, um, retail in Atlanta roof repair service specifically. And, what was my other one? I have residential retail roof repair. So I wanted all of those 3 boxes checked in order to trigger that specific campaign. The other type of campaign that we have is going to be called an event campaign. And a good example of an event trigger is going to be, let me see. Okay, so one of my event triggers here is when an appointment is scheduled. So an event is scheduled for inspection. That's what's happening here. Then this campaign is going to be triggered. So if I have an event trigger on a stage, it's going to show up uh, on this list. So event trigger, view campaign, just so that we all can kind of see this is simply an appointment reminder campaign. I've scheduled an inspection and now I want to make sure they get an email and a text and an email and a text and an email and a text, just depending on how many days out we are from that appointment, just so that everyone's on the same page. So I have a stage trigger and an event trigger for my appointment scheduled stage. And so that's the difference. These campaigns are going to be triggered by starting the campaign is going to, and it can also move the stage too. So this is going to happen just based on an event, not based on these other filters that we talked about on the stage. The third and last type of way to trigger any kind of communication or internal movement automation in ProLine is going to be based on your integrations. So we have 4 integrations that right now, well, we have a ton of integrations. The integrations that will trigger um, different communication are going to be, we have web leads, web forms. So that was that one that I said for my new leads. I have when the leads come in, I have a certain campaign triggered. Just for example, let me click on web forms and I want to click on sales integration. And you see here how I have a start campaign. So I have this set up already that I can have my job updates, appointment reminder, campaign start with the web forms integration. The others, so let's take a look here. Let's go back to integrations and go to Roof Quote Pro. That's another good one. Yeah, I'm gonna see here. I can have a campaign start. I have a ton of campaigns in my demo account. And so I can have any one of these campaigns get triggered. So triggered to start or to queue up the campaign. If the campaign is paused, it's not, even if the trigger's on, if the campaign is paused, it's not going to go out. However, it's going to at least trigger that these contacts are being queued up in whatever way. So for my Roof Quote Pro integration, I can set up triggers here. So Angie's List does this as well, and then so does Zapier. And Zapier is maybe a little bit more complicated, but there are a ton. If you go to literally Zapier/apps, there are tons of apps here that you can connect. In ProLine, you're going to copy and paste our API on your integrations page from your integrations page over into Zapier to connect various things. And I'm going to I can search for ProLine. We're in here. And so it knows how to get you started and the different types of things that you can connect within ProLine. So we can connect your Google Sheets, Calendly, Facebook leads, Company Cam, Instapage. There's a ton of stuff here that we can connect from ProLine to Zapier and trigger certain activity in ProLine based on these integrations. So another really great way to get all set up in ProLine. All right. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And we will talk again soon. Bye now.